Okay students, hi students, how are you? Okay, welcome back to the second video of the human circulatory system. Okay students, already we learned in the previous video about the definition of the circulatory system, what are the circulations and what are the types of circulations and what is the function of the heart and the chambers. Okay, today we are going to learn in this second video about the blood and the blood vessels. Okay, let's start this. This is the overall look of the circulatory system, how the blood passes. You see the red orange color, this represents the oxygenated flowing of the oxygenated blood, and the blue color represents the flow of deoxygenated blood. Okay, this is the way, the network of arteries, veins and capillaries. These are the blood vessels. Understood? Now in the first one, let us know about the blood. Blood is needed to keep us alive, isn't it? Yes. Without blood, can you imagine the function of any organs? Any one of the organs? No, we cannot imagine ourselves. So blood is the very much needed to keep us alive. Blood plays an important role in regulating the body system and maintaining the hormone status. Even the hormones also carried by this, and maintaining the hormone status is by the blood. The blood maintains, regulates the body system and maintains the hormone status. It performs many functions within the body. Within the body, all the parts are alive and working systematically because the flow of blood. The blood is very essential. So there are many functions, and mainly when we discuss about the blood, we discuss three types. That is transport, protection and regulation. The three functions of the blood is transportation, protection and regulation. Transportation, you know very well how the blood is circulating from one part to the other part. So it is transporting. Okay, it is taking, the blood is moving and passing through all the parts. It is taking the oxygen, nutrients, on all the essential components to throughout the body. So it plays a transportation role. And next one, protection. Yes, how the blood is protecting means the blood protects us from against the infections. If the blood is proper and we don't get any infections, if you are having any deficiency in blood or any components, impurities in your blood, then the infections will attack. So until your blood is pure and you are having a good healthy and taking your healthy diet, your blood is having a capacity to fight against the diseases. So it protects your body cells by fighting against the infections. Understood? So it acts as a protection. And next one, the blood regulates. What it regulates? It regulates the flow of blood. If the flow of blood is more, then you will have a high blood pressure. If the flow of blood is low, then you will have a low blood pressure. Understood? We call the high BP, low BP, yes or no? So it is nothing but the flow of blood. So the flow of blood should not be more or should not be less. So it should be maintained, balanced. So that regulation is maintained by this blood. So the flow of blood is regulated by this, and also it also maintains the hormones in the blood cells. So these are the three main functions of the blood, children. What are they? Transportation, protection and regulation. Understood? And blood is made up of, do you know the blood is made up of liquids and solids? What is this madam is talking about? Liquids and solids, again states of matter? Yes. Okay. So the blood is made up of liquids and solids. And the liquid state of blood is plasma. What is it? Plasma. The liquid state of blood is called plasma. Make a note of it, children. It is plasma. And the solid state of blood contains water, salts and protein. And half of your blood is having plasma. So it is a liquid. That's the reason the liquid. Blood is in liquid form. That's why it can move easily from one place to another organ. It is pumped by the heart to all the organs, and it is helped to carry the deoxygenated to the lungs. So it can travel from top to the bottom of your body because the blood is liquid in state because of this major amount of plasma. And the solid parts of the blood cells are red blood cells. I think when you go for a blood test, they will tell you RBC, WBC, and when you are having dengue or any fevers, so they say that your platelets are count is very less. Understood? So this is what in the blood you are having the solid components called red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. Red blood cells, white blood cells, and the platelets. Understood? And actually an adult needs 4.5 to 5.5 liters of blood. Actually a person needs 4.5 to 5.5 liters of blood. And do you know, children, blood is very important, I told you before. So every function, every proper function of your blood means it is just like a fuel. How the fuel is very important for a vehicle to run, the same way to run, to make your systems to work continuously, this blood is works as a fuel for us. Understood? So we have to maintain the blood in our body. So we should have a proper healthy diet. We should eat the food which is rich in iron. Understood? If you don't have blood in your body, you are attacked with deficiency. This is called anemia. Okay, if you don't have proper blood, you will get the anemia, weakness, you will be tired, and irritation, you will have irritation, improper blood circulation, and you are not interested. So many difficulties you have to face. So you should always maintain, if your blood is not proper, if it is infected, so all the organs will be infected, because the blood is, if you observe in this diagram, you see the blood is flowing from all the parts, from the brain to the toes, all the parts are filled with the blood. So you should maintain, you should always make sure that you should have a purified blood. For that, a good healthy diet you have to take it, rich in iron. Understood? And next one, blood vessels. The next topic, blood vessels. Blood vessels carry, so blood is the main thing, but who will carry? You need some. So if you want to carry the goods from one place to another place, can I go and give to take by hand? No, it's not possible. So I should use some vehicles, either rickshaw or police or cars or lorries or trains, whatever, something. I should have some proper thing to transport the goods. So in the same way, the blood should be transferred to all the parts of the body. But who will carry the blood? These blood vessels are responsible for carrying the blood. And already in the first of this video, we discussed about in the cardiovascular system, these blood vessels are how many types? 3 types. They are arteries, veins, and capillaries. How many types of blood vessels we are having? Arteries, veins, and capillaries. And let us know about in detail about the arteries, veins, and capillaries. Arteries. Arteries, the word arteries means heart. You remember the clue like this, heart. So the arteries take away the blood from the heart. Which blood? Oxygenated blood from the heart to all the parts of the body. Who carries the oxygenated blood? Arteries. From the heart it carries, means who is pumping the blood? Your heart is pumping the blood. So your heart is pumping which blood? Oxygenated blood. What do you mean by oxygenated blood? It is a purified blood sent from the lungs. Understood? And this oxygenated blood is taken to all the parts of the body through arteries. And next one, veins. Veins, opposite. So arteries are taking oxygenated blood from the heart to all parts of the body, and veins collect the deoxygenated blood and sends to the lungs. Understood? Our blood may contain some impurities again. Okay. So again this deoxygenated blood is carried from all the parts and to the lungs for making into oxygenated blood. Understood? So this deoxygenated blood is carried to the heart and the lungs because by this veins. And next one, capillaries. The third is capillaries. This is the link between these arteries and veins. So this is the link between the arteries and veins, and it helps in exchanging of this oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Already we know, children, in the previous we learned right side of the heart is responsible for the sending the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. So who will carry the deoxygenated blood? Veins carry. And after it is carried to the lungs, it is purified and it made into oxygenated blood. And this oxygenated blood is responsible for for the sending this heart to this oxygenated blood is sent to the heart, and this heart is responsible for sending the pumping the blood to all the parts of the body, this oxygenated blood. So who will carry this oxygenated from the left side of the heart? That is arteries. Do you understand? Veins take deoxygenated blood and arteries carry oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body, and veins collect the deoxygenated blood and send to the lungs. And this link between these two oxygenated arteries and veins is connected by this capillaries. And this exchange of oxygenated and oxygenated to deoxygenated blood is having a link near the capillaries. The exchange of oxygen and oxygenated and deoxygenated blood takes place. So capillaries are the link between the arteries and the veins. Understood, children? This is about the human circulatory system. We learned about the definitions, we learned about the heart and how the blood and blood vessels are having their role in our human circulatory system. Okay children, to make you still more clear, this is the diagram about the human circulatory, how the blood is circulated. I told you in previous, this orange color, if you think this is blood, so this is oxygenated blood. How the oxygenated blood is carried from the brain, from the lungs to the heart, and from the stomach and to the kidneys. And the deoxygenated blood, even purified by these kidneys, and it was taken from liver, from here, and it is from all the parts it is collecting from carbon dioxide, it is sending to the lungs. If you observe this diagram, it is a clear view of transmission of deoxygenated and oxygenated blood. See children, these are the veins who are carrying the deoxygenated blood on the right side of our body, and these are the arteries which carry the oxygenated blood into the human circulatory system. Okay, if you now nowadays this heart stroke or heart failures are the major hazard issues. Okay, if you observe, it is no age limit, even from below 20s or above 20s, or it is commonly affected. So why these heart strokes or heart attacks are coming means because the flow of blood, these blood vessels who are carrying the blood, these blood vessels are carrying the blood. So these blood vessels are blocked by fats. If you are taking more amount of fats and they are stopped here and stacked here, and it is having a blockage in the blood vessels because of these fats, then what happens? The blood is not flowed properly into the heart. Then if the blood is not receiving the proper amount of blood, or proper amount of pumping is not happening there, so immediately you will have a heart attack. So make very sure. So how can we overcome these heart attacks? Because if you have an adequate sleep, you should have a proper sleep, and you should have a regular exercise, walking or doing yoga or running, whatever it is. At least 1 or 2 hours you should have a proper exercise to your body. What happens when you exercise? You know, the flow of blood will be regulated and balanced. Okay, so it cleans our systems. Okay, so what happens? The blood flows very properly to all the organs, and the organ systems are very healthy. That is the reason we have to exercise more, and we inhale more amount of oxygen when we are doing the exercise also. It is also one of the benefits. Okay, and next one, you should avoid smoking and alcohol. We know very well they are bad habits. Even then, if your elders are taking, please advise them, explain them. Okay children, tell them to avoid the smoking and alcoholic products. Okay, and you have to take a proper diet. It's, you know very well. And also you should control the blood pressure. If your blood pressure is more, also if that pressure falls on this blood vessels, they are very thin. Okay, if the blood pressure falls on it, what happens? The heart cannot able to manage the blood. So the blood levels, the pressure, the flow of blood also should be maintained. So for that, what you should not have a stress. You should not have more stress. So you have to maintain the stress just by watching any comedy scenes or comics, reading comic books, or following the best method is meditation. Okay, so you can reduce them. Reduce your stress. You should not have a stress mainly for the this heart stroke problems. Okay, and you should have a healthy diet. So what is the healthy diet? Fish is the omega-3 fatty acids. You know, children, where the fish lives in the water. So if you cook the food, the fish is cooked very easily. Why? Because the food is, the fish is having more water contents. Okay, so it is easily digested also. And also it is a very excellent source of omega-3 fatty acids, which is very important for the healthy heart. And you have to take legumes, and you have to take oats, and you have to take soyas, and you have to take red, green and yellow vegetables. All the types of fruits are very much important for a healthy functioning of this heart. Understood, children? Hope you understood all the parts from the blood, heart to blood and blood vessels, and about the circulatory system. It is the transmission of the blood, oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, and what are the blood vessels, what is their functions, and tell your parents. Now it is the right time to stay more, spend more time with your parents due to this lockdown. Make use of this lockdown, and tell your parents to cook different types of vegetables, and make your meal or everyday meal a balanced diet. And even if you can explain whatever you are learning through these videos, once again you explain to your parents how we used to explain when I am teaching you in the classrooms. The same thing you would used to go and explain to your parents. So what happens when you are explaining all these things, all these systems, or in a particular manner or in a systematic manner, you remember. So it is one type of recapitulation and also one type of examining of yourself. Okay, whatever you watch the videos, and once you explain to your parents also. Okay, and then it will be very easy for you to follow up the lesson and to complete the worksheets. Hope you children, so follow up all the videos and watch the videos, and regarding this worksheet I will give you. Okay, now, okay students, in the previous video I gave you 3 recapitulating questions according to the first video topics, and these are the answers I am revealing. What are the 3 main parts of the circulatory systems? The heart, blood vessels. What are the 3 main parts of the circulatory system? The heart, blood and blood vessels. And which organ pumps blood to all the parts of the body? You know very well. It is just the heart. Our heart pumps the blood to all the parts of the body. And how many chambers are present in our human heart? There are 4 chambers. There are 4 chambers present in our human heart. These are the answers for the previous video. And today I am giving you 3 recapitulating questions for the part 2 human circulatory system. These are the questions. First one, what are the 3 types of blood vessels present in the human circulatory system? We discussed, children. Actually, we are having 3 types of blood vessels. Okay, what are the 3 types of blood vessels we are having in our human circulatory system? And next one, what do we call the pumping action of the heart? The pumping action of the heart is called what? You have to write. And what is the liquid component of the blood? I told you, in the blood you are having liquid and solid components. Okay, the major liquid component is, I told you one thing. So what is the liquid component of the blood? So watch the videos carefully and answer to these questions. Okay children, stay home, eat healthy, don't irritate or trouble your parents. Okay, you are a good children, I know very well. We will enjoy after reopening the schools. Again, we will explain you all this topic. But before we are explaining, you should now you should be a learner. And after reopening the school, we will be the learners and you will be the speakers. Means you have to explain the topics of all the systems and we will listen. Okay, children? Okay, practice well and enjoy your lockdown. Bye.